Good afternoon, it's Monday, July 7, 2025. Mental health is real, seek help, end the stigma on the news this afternoon. Rivers among top 4 states with soaring domestic debt despite higher FAC allocations. Rivers judiciary moves to decongest prisons. Labour Party chieftain Obi to contest for president in 2027. Senate says it can't act on Senator Natasha's suspension until court judgment is received. On the foreign scene, methane gas kills 12 Turkish soldiers in Iraq operation. I'm Ifechuku Moyole with the news. Now, Rivers State is among the top 4 Nigerian states that significantly increased their domestic debt over the past year, despite receiving higher allocations from the Federation's Account Allocation Committee, FAC. According to a review of Debt Management Office (DMO) data, Rivers State's domestic debt rose from about 232 billion naira in Q1 2024 to about 364 billion naira as of December 2024, reflecting a year-on-year increase of about 131 billion naira, which is a 57.7% jump. Now, though the figure stayed the same from the fourth quarter of 2024 to the first quarter of 2025, it still placed Rivers at the top of the list. While Rivers State's quarterly figures appear unchanged, the DMO clarified that the first quarter 2025 figure was actually as of December 31st, 2024, suggesting that the state hasn't released updated data for the current year. The DMO report shows that Rivers State has been slow in releasing its latest figures to the DMO. It said the domestic debt of at least 10 states rose from 884.9 billion naira in the first quarter of 2024 to 1.3 trillion naira in the first quarter of 2025, which is a sharp 47% increase. Rivers, alongside Enugu, Niger, and Taraba, led the increase in borrowing, raising fresh concerns about the growing trend of subnational debt and the state of fiscal responsibility across the country. Moving on now, the Chief Judge of Rivers State, Justice Simeon Chibozo Amadi, plans to visit the Port Harcourt Maximum Security Custodial Center for a jail delivery exercise. A statement by the Chief Registrar of Rivers State High Court, David Ihua Maduini, said the exercise scheduled for July 17, 2025 is in line with the criminal justice law. The statement said the Chief Judge also approved the deployment of some magistrates to sit at the Degema and Ahoda Custodial Center today, tomorrow and Wednesday, 9th of July 2025 for the purpose of decongestion of these centers. In October 2025, the then Rivers State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Dagogo Iboroma, revealed that more than 20,000 inmates are awaiting trial at the Port Harcourt Correctional Center. Well, away from that, the Rivers State Police Command has declared the Chief Security Officer of Ahoda East Local Government Area, Mr. Hector Ekaketa, wanted. A statement by the Police Public Relations Officer Grace Iringe Koko said the police also declared the Chief of Staff to the Ahoda East Local Government Area, Local Government Administrator, Mr. Aloni Olodi, wanted. The police said the individuals are wanted for their alleged involvement in the violent attack on the sole administrator of Ahoda East Local Government Area, Goodluck Ihanacho. The police accused them of criminal conspiracy, stealing, assault, occasioning harm, and attempted murder. The police alleged that they assaulted the sole administrator, inflicted bodily harm, stole his mobile phones and vital documents, and carted away personal and official properties from his office. Now, the Rivers State Commissioner Oluwenga Adeboju warned that anyone found aiding or hiding the wanted individuals will face the full weight of the law. He also urged anyone with useful information that could lead to their whereabouts to contact the police state headquarters on Moscow Road, Port Harcourt, or call 0812-0822-987, 0901-427-3818, or 0809-888-0134. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has criticized leaders of the new opposition coalition, accusing them of selfish motives. Speaking at a Thanksgiving event in Abuja, Wike questioned their past performance in office and frequent party switches. He called them stomach rescuers.
It didn't know Nigerians were angry. It's just these 2 years he left office. Why wouldn't they be angry? When in 8 years as Minister of Transportation, you borrow so much money.
President Tinubu's administration. Now, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has confirmed he will run for president in 2027, dismissing speculations that he may become the running mate to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Obi stated this during an interview on Channels Television aired on Sunday.
This is not in play. Nobody have ever discussed that. People assume so many things. Nobody have ever discussed with me whether I'm going to be A or B or C. I'm going to contest for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I believe be able to produce with the capacity, compassion to save this country.
Obi, a former governor of Anambra State, also reaffirmed his loyalty to the Labour Party, saying he remains a vibrant member. He, however, said he is also involved in a broader opposition coalition, including the African Democratic Congress, aimed at unseating President Bola Tinubu in 2027.
Today, I'm a Labour Party member, and I remain in Labour Party. But we have all agreed to work in coalition for 2027 election. And are going to still come in. But it's just like an unveiling, like you used it before, an adoption, which will still go into bringing other people together under the same umbrella and saying, we want better governance for this country.
Meanwhile, the South-South zone of the All Progressive Congress APC has urged suspended Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his Bayelsa counterpart Doyedire to defect from the People's Democratic Party PDP to the All Progressive Congress APC. The party made the call during its zonal meeting in Benin, Edo State over the weekend. It also adopted President Bola Tinubu as its sole presidential candidate and all its governors in the zone as the party's candidate in the 2027 general elections. Still to come, NLC vows to oppose removal of national minimum wage from exclusive list. Stay with us. Modu says the Red Chamber has not received a certified true copy of the Federal High Court judgment delivered on July 4th in the suit filed by Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, senator representing Kogi Central. In a statement, Modu said the Senate cannot act on the ruling until it receives the full judgment. He said the Senate's legal representatives who were in attendance at the proceedings have confirmed that the complete judgment was not read in open court. He said the House has formally applied to the CTC for the CTC to enable a thorough review and informed determination of the appropriate legal response, particularly in view of the uncertainty surrounding whether the court made any direct order nullifying the suspension of Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan. Now, the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) says it will oppose any attempt by the National Assembly to remove labour matters, including the minimum wage, from the exclusive legislative list of the federal government to the concurrent list, where individual states will determine their workers' wages. NLC President Joe Ajaero said this at the National Administrative Council (NAC) meeting of the Central Working Committee held in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Away from that, the National Association of Resident Doctors (NARD) has rejected the federal government's reviewed allowances for medical and dental officers. A statement by its president, Dr. Osundara Tobe, and Secretary General, Dr. Odubaku Oluwashola, said the allowance structure as released by the National Salaries and Income Wages Commission lacks attractive and adequate compensation that reflects the hard economic reality doctors face. The resident doctors described the action of the government as disrespectful. In other news, the Olubado of Ibadan-land, Oba Owolabi Olakunle, has died at the age of 90. A family source who confirmed to Channels Television said the monarch died early this morning. His death comes at the peak of celebration for his 90th birthday and the first anniversary of his reign as Olubado of Ibadan-land. And now in business. Members of the Independent Marketers Branch (IMB) of the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers (NUPENG) have accused top union leaders in the Port Harcourt zone of tribalism, victimization, and manipulation of internal structures to sideline perceived opponents. One of the aggrieved members, Chinedu Omeche, a former secretary and zonal vice chairman of the IMB at the Port Harcourt refinery, in a strongly worded statement accused 4 senior officials, including Alex Agwanwa, national treasurer of NUPENG and chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) Rivers State, Oluleye Olayemi Elisha, branch chairman IMB, Charles Nuna, zonal secretary IMB, and Uche Uduwa, Port Harcourt unit chairman IMB, of orchestrating what he describes as a politically motivated campaign of exclusion and intimidation within the union. Omeche alleged that they have hijacked internal grievance resolution mechanisms and used them to silence dissent and eliminate perceived political threat ahead of the union's upcoming delegate conference slated for early next year. Omeche said he was unfairly targeted and suspended without due process, despite the absence of any formal petition or hearing.
From the zone here, from the way I'm talking, you know that these people are fully biased. They are acting on a script. And I asked them, where is the petition? Who is the person that petitioned me? They did not provide. I said, what of the branch chairman that raised that query? Where is he? They said the man took his course. That is not well. I said, how will you handle a matter when there's no prosecutor, there's no witness, there's no petition? You were just asking me questions that have no substance.
Omeche also questioned the neutrality of the panel secretary, Comrade Bestman Friday, citing alleged political bias and personal ambition. Supporting Omeche's claims, Prince Oyata Nduke, former zonal welfare officer of the IMB, alleged that leadership positions originally zoned to Aqua Cross and Igbo stakeholders were unilaterally reassigned to Yoruba Bayelsa candidates in clear violations of the union's internal zoning agreement.
And I stood up personally. I asked him, my senior comrade, sir, what happens to the Aqua Cross? What happens to the Igbos? The positions were shared in the branch to accommodate all the enclaves that are major stakeholders in Port Harcourt. You've taken 2 to Rivers Bayelsa. You've given Yoruba Supreme 1, which is right. You've given Edo Delta 1. What happens to the Aquacross and the Igbos? This man told me that we should give priority to the host compared to the host. This is a union, not a community union.
Now, he further claimed that Mr. Agwangwa used his dual influence as a national officer and NLC state chairman to impose loyalists without proper nominations or consultation. The aggrieved members warned that Nupeng in the Port Harcourt zone is being derailed by personal interest, political power play, and possible redress. When contacted, Agwangwa denied any involvement, saying he is not part of the committee. He advised Umeje to seek forgiveness where he has erred rather than going through this route. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has clarified recent speculations regarding charges relating to the newly launched non-resident bank verification number NRBVN platform, affirming that no hidden fees have been introduced and that the BVN enrollment for Nigerians residing within the country remains entirely free of charge. Making the clarification in Abuja, the bank's acting director of corporate communications, Hakama Ali, explained that the fee referenced in the report applies solely to the recently launched non-resident BVN NRBVN in obtaining a BVN, but rather a recoverable processing cost for remote biometric and due diligence verification. The cost, she noted, covers secure identity authentication, data handling, and technology infrastructure required to support the overseas enrollment process. In entertainment, Afrobeat superstar Omah says he is the greatest of hit. Says he is the greatest of his generation. In a post on X, Omah said, while there might not be evidence at the moment, there will be plenty of proof in the future. In sport, Colombia striker John Duran has joined Fenerbahce on a year-long loan 6 months after moving from Aston Villa to Al Nassr in a £71 million deal. The 21-year-old scored 12 goals in 29 games for Villa last season, although only 7 of those were league starts.
And now, we're bringing you on the way.
The Turkish Ministry of National Defense said 12 soldiers have died after being exposed to methane while searching a cave in Iraq. At least 19 personnel were exposed to the gas during the search and clear operation on Sunday and immediately taken to hospital. The ministry said by Monday, 12 soldiers had died. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said he received the news with great sorrow and extended his condolences to the soldiers' families and to the Turkish armed forces. News this afternoon you heard. Rivers State is among the top 4 states with soaring domestic debt despite higher FAC allocations. Rivers State's judiciary is to decongest prisons. Labour Party chieftain Obi says he will contest for president in 2027. The Senate says it can't act on Senator Natasha's suspension until the court judgment is received. On the foreign scene, methane gas has killed 12 Turkish soldiers in Iraq operation. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Mwanyele. Many thanks for listening.